Asuelu's mom was begging for money and she made him cry. Oh my god, 90 Day Fiance was on last night, and I'm telling you guys, this show gets crazier and crazier. Last night, so much stuff happened that I will get into in a couple of seconds. But first, we have to talk about what went down when Asuelu finally saw his two half-sisters and his mom. First off, let me just say, when they first saw each other, they didn't just hug. Asuelu didn't just say, "Hi mom, it's nice to see you," and give her a little hug. They did a big old smooch for about 30 seconds. Now, I thought it was right here, but Asuelu said no, it was right here on the cheek. Either way, it was awkward, it was cringy, and Kalani was kind of like, what did I just see? But beyond the fact that they did a smooch that was very awkward, once they sat down, once Asuelu and Kalani bought them dinner, and when I say them, I mean his mom and his two half-sisters, because it appeared that he did buy them dinner. They sat down, they caught up, and just like that, Asuelu's mom said, "Where is my money?" She didn't nicely ask like, "Hey, Asuelu, did you bring me any of that money that I asked for?" She just said, "Where is the money?" So right off the bat, my take is just rude, rude, rude. Now, a lot of you guys have reached out to me saying that is the culture, in the Samoan culture, that is normal to give your parents money. I don't care, I still think it is rude. If it is the culture, that's fantastic, but can't you at least ask politely? So after she said, "Where is the money?" Asuelu, for the first time all season, was just, in my opinion, being a man, and he was being straight up, and he was, standing up for his family, saying, "Hey, I have two kids, I am the only one working," and, at the time, he was working part-time, and so we just don't have enough money to give you a lot of money. But he did say, "We will give you $100. Now, if you are his mom, you would think that she would just say, "Oh my god, $100, someone's going to gift me, that is amazing, thank you very much." But instead, the mom said, "That is it?" And it wasn't just the mom being rude and annoying, it was also his two half-sisters, because they just said, "Asuelu, you need to start being a man, you need to start providing and helping out with your family back in Samoa." I don't know why this is the case. Are they not physically able to get a job? And of course, I get it. I'm sure you can make a lot more money in the United States than you can in Samoa, but come on, this guy is 24 years old, he has two kids, and he is married. Why on earth would he need to provide for his rest of his family? Now, that is just my take. I don't mean to sound selfish or rude, and I get it. It's probably the culture. So the first thing I want to ask you guys is put in the comments below what you guys think. Who is right, who is wrong? Is Asuelu's mom not being as rude as I kind of thought? Because I thought she was being incredibly rude. But maybe I'm looking at this from a wrong point of view. So put in the comments below what you guys think. And the saddest thing about this whole episode is you can just see Asuelu wants to have a relationship and he wants his mom to love him. You can totally see it. Kalani brought it up. And I feel like Asuelu is now trying to kind of buy his love with his mom and his family. And it's awkward and it's sad. And in the preview for the next episode, Asuelu's mom says, "Where is the money? You cannot keep hiding money from me," which, whatever that means, hiding money. I don't know if she realized that the guy makes about $1,000 a month at his job, and he has two kids, and he's married, and his wife isn't working. So obviously, there isn't money being hidden. He does not have any extra money. But after the mom says that you have to stop hiding the money from me, Asuelu says, "What if I can't feed my kids?" And it got emotional because he burst into tears, and you could just see in that little snippet of a video, the tears were legitimate, they weren't fake, it wasn't fake for the show, they were genuine tears. He burst into tears, he was being emotional, and my heart melted for the guy. And this is coming from a person, me, who was never a big fan of Asuelu, but I'm telling you guys, when I saw him cry, and when I saw his mom not even give a crap, she had no emotion, she just said, "Why are you hiding the money from me?" My heart melted. So it's sad to see, it breaks my heart, and I don't give a crap about his mom. I think she is very rude. Culture or no culture, I don't care. I think that was extremely rude, but I want to hear from you guys, so put in the comments below what you guys think. And just a quick tidbit about Asuelu and his job. He was working part-time at some kind of a grocery store, but now we have heard he is also a Lyft driver, so maybe the guy is trying to really kind of make something happen. And for the rest of last night's episode, let's skip on over to Jess, Colt, and Debbie. If you guys don't remember, in the last episode, that is when Debbie, brought up Vanessa, and she said, "What about Vanessa? Vanessa is watching the cats, and Jess heard the name Vanessa, and she exploded and got really upset. Okay, well then Jess ended up leaving the hotel room. She somehow got Vanessa's contact info. She reached out to Vanessa, and Vanessa did confirm that yes, I had been talking to Colt as a friend, and that was enough for Jess to go back into their hotel room, take off her shoes, and start throwing them. She was so mad. And it was hilarious. It was funny. It was great to watch. Colt was jumping here and jumping there trying to dodge the shoes, and it was really funny. I couldn't help but laugh. And I have heard rumors from several different people that are kind of an inside source with Colt and Debbie and Vanessa that this whole thing was just fake, that Colt's relationship with Jess, that was just fake. He was faking it to stay on the show. So I'm not really sad for Colt. I don't think Colt ever loved Jess. I think he was just using her to be on the show. But Jess said enough is enough. She packed up her bags. She put back her shoes back on. She grabbed all of her bags and walked out of the hotel. Colt followed her. He followed her, chased after her, and said, wait, just give me 5 minutes. I want to talk to you. Jess said no. She got in her taxi, and in her words, she was headed over to her ex-boyfriend's house to do who knows what. So Colt and Jess are done. It's over. They are done, and I am not, sad at all. I think it's kind of funny, and I wish Jess nothing but the best. I don't have an issue against Jess. I think she's a little loud, a little weird, a little bizarre, but I got nothing against her, and Colt, I think, was using her. And now that we've talked about Colt and Jess, let's fast forward over to Larissa and Eric, and I am going to explain them in one word: boring, and I guess you could also say nothing interesting, and you could also say just flat out fake. Larissa and Eric, they're still fighting. They're fighting about the phone, they're fighting about these texts. Eric apologized. It wasn't very sincere, but he did apologize about texting this and talking about her, relationship, romantic side of Larissa. Whatever, I don't care. I think Eric just wants to be famous, and the guy was faking all of this drama, and maybe Larissa was kind of faking it too. She did seem to be legitimately upset because some of these comments that Eric was saying about her were about her romantic, bedroom life and experience, and how she wasn't very good over there in the bedroom. And so, that's kind of a low blow. That's not a cool comment to make about an ex. Obviously, we all have emotions. So I think Larissa was hurt. She was upset. She was being emotional. Eric, I don't know if he was faking it. I don't know if he's legitimately sorry. I don't know, nor do I really care, because I've heard on several different occasions that the guy's career, sorry I keep using air quotes, but it's like everything is fake. And I have heard him say that his career now is to be a reality TV star. And it's like the guy is practically an extra on 90 Day Fiance, so he's probably just faking it, maybe hoping he'll get some more airtime. But he gave her a wishy-washy apology, said, "I'm sorry, Larissa." Larissa didn't accept the apology, and now she's trying to move out back to her friend Carmen's place because she wants to be done with Eric. But they didn't really comment on where their relationship stands, if they're going to try to keep dating or if they're just completely done. They didn't really comment. The weird thing is, though, I'm still pretty confident that in present day Larissa and Eric are still dating. So I don't know if they keep having this blowout fight, then towards the end Eric apologizes again and Larissa maybe accepts the apology and they kind of make things good. I don't know what is going to happen. So Larissa and Eric, I could care less, but I'm also kind of interested to see how it all plays out together. Then we saw the fight with Elizabeth and Andre and her brother and the dad, kind of even, and some of Andre's friends, and I have another word to describe that whole fight, that whole little segment, and that is the word fake. It had to be completely fake. I do not believe it, but I will say one thing. They were all drinking, they were all kind of partying, and we know that can kind of give people some liquid courage. So maybe Andre was being a little vocal because of the partying, but I think that they revved up all that drama just for the show. Not TLC, not 90 Day Fiance. I think Elizabeth, Andre, and Elizabeth's brother just made up all this drama just to kind of stay relevant on the show. I have no proof behind that, but that is what I think. So they were sitting at dinner, they were fighting, they were bickering. Then of course, Andre and Elizabeth's brother were gonna go head to head, and of course they didn't, and they kind of did again, then they didn't, then they kind of did again, then her brother left, then Andre left, then it was this and that and back and forth, and finally Elizabeth and Andre took a taxi back home, and that was it. We saw a preview for the next episode, and it did look like Andre was kind of like, whoa, what happened last night? I did not mean to say some of the things that I did say. he was even saying I had a little bit too much liquid courage and I said some things that I shouldn't have said. Of course, though, Elizabeth in her, acting voice and acting personality acted like she was all devastated and sad and this and that. And I don't blame her to be embarrassed, but I mean, come on, it was some liquid courage and it probably was completely scripted and fake. And I'm sure that they're still going to get married in Moldova. They'll still have their big, beautiful wedding. And probably at the wedding, Elizabeth's brother and Andre will be best friends talking and it'll be perfectly fine. But put in the comments below if you guys buy what happened with Elizabeth and Andre on last night's episode. We saw Angela and Michael and they're having the same fight over and over and over again, probably because there's not much drama going on with them and actual, with everything going on with their whole relationship, because they're still having the same old talk about how Angela can't have kids, or not even that she can't, they're saying, what if she can't? Okay, you guys, come on. She is a million years old. No, she's not 90, 89 years old, but she is older. She's not like 30 or 40 even. She is, I believe, 54. There is about a 0.00001% chance that she can have kids. And then when she told Michael's aunt, I think, and like his cousin, they were all surprised. They were like, oh my God, you can't have kids? Well, what do you expect? She's extremely unhealthy and she is older. Now, no, like I said, she's not 95 years old, but she is older on the spectrum of when you can have kids and when you can't have kids. So I'm not surprised, but they're making it into some big ordeal and they're acting like Michael might need to go get another woman to actually have his kids with. And will Michael do that? I doubt it. I doubt that he's going to stay with Angela and that Angela would be cool with him being with another woman and still being with her. I don't see that happening. And I want to say the last couple that we haven't talked about yet is Paul and Cranny. Now, we all know everything that has been going down with Paul and Cranny over the past week or two, so it's kind of funny to see how their relationship is right now. But back then, even too, they were fighting, they were bickering. Cranny was never happy. Paul was trying to do this and do that. But I mean, come on, the guy, he won't get a job, he won't do anything, and their relationship is a complete joke back then, and it still is now. So 90 Day Fiance, what an episode. There was so much drama with everything going down with Kalani and Asuelu's mom, and then everything that went down with Colt and Jess. I do think that a lot of their drama with Colt was just fake on Colt's part, but I think Jess was legitimately upset with him, and it was great and hilarious to see. And like I was saying with Kalani and Asuelu, oh, it broke my heart. Maybe I am just an idiot. Maybe I am naive. I don't know even what to say, but I mean, when I saw Asuelu cry, those tears seemed legitimate. They seemed authentic. They seemed genuine. And it didn't make me cry, but it made me honestly really sad because it is his mom. It is his full mom, not a stepmom. And she just doesn't seem to love him without this money. She showed a lot of affection. She clearly gave him a big old smooch for about 30 seconds. But after the whole money conversation got brought up and he said that he only had $100, she just seemed to lose all interest and she was really, really, really upset, which made me kind of honestly sick to my stomach because I hate seeing people that get used for money. And the worst thing was Asuelu's mom said, well, you can just get money from Kalani's parents. And once again, surprisingly, Asuelu stood up. He was being more mature, being just, honestly, more mature, more like an adult. And he said, I don't want to live off them, which is a great thing for him to say and to stand up for. So he was being better. He was being more mature, being more like a real functioning adult in last night's episode. But his mom, she was annoying. But hey, that is just my thoughts. That is just my take. So put in the comments below, right below, what you guys think. Also, make sure to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and stay tuned for many more videos.